Have you ever wondered what sets dreams apart from reality? Why do some people seem to achieve the unachievable, while others remain trapped in a cycle of what-ifs? The answer may not lie in the skills we possess, but in the barriers we construct in our minds. Today, let's embark on a journey beyond these barriers. I'm going to share with you not only how to break these invisible chains, but how to turn every challenge into a stepping stone for success. This is not just a video, it's the beginning of your transformation. Are you ready to uncover the secrets that will shift your perception of what's possible and what's impossible? Then come with me. Let go of everything you thought you knew about limits and get ready to explore the true potential that resides within you. Secret number 1. Question your limits. Have you ever stopped to reflect on the limits you impose on yourself? These invisible boundaries that outline what you believe you're capable of achieving? Imagine for a moment that these barriers don't exist. What feeling would you have when exploring uncharted territories, diving into waters never before navigated? Think about it. How often do we catch ourselves saying, "I can't," before even trying? This statement, my friends, is the prelude to a vicious cycle that keeps us anchored to the shore of our capabilities. But what if I told you there's an alternative path? A path paved by the courage to question and the will to transcend these self-imposed limits. Imagine that your life is a vast ocean of possibilities. Each day brings with it the high tide of opportunities to learn, evolve, and expand horizons. Now, ask yourself, am I sailing towards uncharted waters, or am I anchored to the harbor of the comfort zone? The human being is a bundle of infinite potential waiting to be unraveled. Stories of overcoming and extraordinary achievements permeate our existence, serving as beacons to illuminate the way. Think of figures like Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, or J.K. Rowling, who faced countless rejections before Harry Potter was finally published. What these individuals have in common is resilience and a refusal to accept no as the final answer. But how do we apply this in our own lives? Start small. Challenge yourself daily to do something outside of your comfort zone. It could be as simple as starting a conversation with a stranger or signing up for a class on a subject you know little about. The idea is to condition your mind to be comfortable with discomfort, because it's in that space that growth happens. It's also crucial to celebrate every victory, no matter how small. Each step towards the unknown is a step forward in your journey of self-discovery. These moments are the bricks that build the bridge to reaching your unlimited potential. So the next time you encounter a challenge, instead of saying, "I can't," ask yourself, "How can I?" This simple shift in perspective opens up a world of possibilities. I encourage you to share your experiences and achievements with others, creating a community of growth and mutual support. In short, questioning our limits is not just about achieving goals or fulfilling dreams. It's about the journey of discovering who we truly are and what we are capable of. It's a journey that challenges, shapes, and ultimately reveals the indomitable strength of the human spirit. Number 2, the pursuit of improvement. Have you come across the term prokopton? Originating from ancient Stoicism, this concept refers to an individual in constant progress, someone who tirelessly seeks to improve themselves, both in wisdom and virtue. Being a prokopton is not a title, but rather a path, an endless journey towards personal excellence. But what does it really mean to walk this path in the modern world? How can we incorporate this millennia-old pursuit of improvement into our daily lives? Firstly, understanding that the journey of becoming a prokopton is marked not by the destination, but by the process. It's a continuous commitment to self-development, an agreement with oneself to never settle for mediocrity, And here arises a rhetorical question. Are you ready to embark on this journey, to delve into the depths of your being in search of your best version? Start with self-examination. Dedicate a moment of your day to reflect on your actions. Ask yourself, are these actions aligned with the values I aspire to cultivate? This act of introspection not only illuminates the path to personal growth, but also serves as a beacon, guiding your decisions and behaviors. Step out of your comfort zone and set goals that challenge you to grow. Whether it's learning a new skill, improving your physical health, or developing a new perspective on a problem, each challenge overcome is a step forward on your journey of self-development. Therefore, I invite you to make this pursuit of improvement an integral part of your life. Embracing the path of the Procopton is opening yourself to the infinite potential for growth and discovery that resides within you. And in doing so, we not only transform our lives for the better, but also inspire those around us to do the same. What steps will you take today to advance on your journey to becoming a Procopton? Remember, every step, no matter how small, is progress in the right direction. Let's together tread this path in pursuit of a fuller, virtuous, and meaningful existence. Secret number 3, pour your heart into your ventures. Ever wondered why some people seem to shine in their ventures while others struggle to keep the flame alive? The difference often lies not in skill or talent, but in the depth of commitment and richness of virtue each carries in their heart. Pouring your heart into your ventures is not just a poetic metaphor, but a vital principle that can transform the way we live and work. But what does it really mean to act with such intensity and integrity? To begin with, imagine your heart not just as a source of emotion, but as a reservoir of energy, passion, and purpose. When you pour this content into your projects, you're infusing each task with an essential part of yourself. This creates an authentic connection between you and your work, turning even the most mundane activities into expressions of your identity and values. Committing deeply to your ventures means more than just dedicating time and effort. It means weaving the threads of your own life into the structures of your accomplishments. This requires clarity of purpose and an understanding of how your actions align with your larger goals. Have you ever stopped to think about what truly moves you? What ignites that inner spark that drives you to overcome obstacles? Virtue, in turn, acts as the moral compass that guides this commitment. It's not just about doing good, but about being good in all facets of life. Honesty, integrity, courage, and compassion are not just admirable qualities, but fundamental elements that define lasting and meaningful success. How do you embody these virtues in your daily journey? Remember, every choice, every decision reflects the caliber of your character. Now think about the stories of people who changed the world with their passion and virtue. People who not only dreamed, but poured their souls into causes larger than themselves. Their journeys were not linear or free from challenges, but they were marked by an unwavering commitment to their principles and a deep connection to their purposes. So, how can we apply this philosophy to our own lives? It starts with authenticity. Be true to yourself and others. Acknowledge your passions, your fears, your strengths, and your limitations. Allow this honesty to guide your actions and decisions. Challenge yourself to go beyond the superficial. Instead of settling for task completion, seek to make a meaningful impact. Ask yourself, how can I contribute uniquely? How can I make a difference? Remember, greatness doesn't come from what you do, but from how and why you do it. Cultivate a sense of gratitude and humility. Recognize the contributions of others and value teamwork. Understand that every person who crosses your path has something valuable to offer. Learn from them, grow with them. Finally, commit to living according to your virtues, regardless of circumstances. Be the change you wish to see in the world, even if it means facing adversities. It is in this space of challenge that true character is forged and revealed. Secret number 4, stay on your path. In our journey through existence, we often encounter crossroads that challenge our direction and question our values. Stay on your path is a powerful mantra, a constant reminder to navigate life with purpose and integrity. But how do we remain true to this path, especially when life's storms threaten to divert us? The first step is to clearly define what this path means to you. What is your purpose? What values do you strive to live by every day? Seeking these answers is not a simple task. It's a journey of self-discovery that requires introspection, honesty, and sometimes the courage to confront uncomfortable truths. However, once you have a clear vision of your purpose and values, they become your beacon, guiding your decisions and actions, even in the most turbulent waters. Living with integrity means aligning your actions with your core values. This can be challenging, especially in a world that often values success at any cost. However, integrity is the compass that keeps you on course, ensuring that when you look back, you can do so without regrets. But how do you maintain this alignment day after day, especially when faced with difficult decisions? Practice daily reflection. Set goals aligned with your purpose. Surround yourself with people who share your values. Be prepared to make tough choices, celebrate your successes, and learn from your mistakes. Staying on your path in a world full of distractions and detours is not easy. It requires determination, discipline, and above all, a deep commitment to the purpose and integrity you have chosen for your life. But remember, the value of the journey is not only in the destination, but also in the lessons learned and the growth experienced along the way. So, I ask you, are you ready to recommit to your path today? How can you realign your daily actions with the values and purposes that define who you are? Remember, each day offers a new opportunity to live with purpose and integrity. Stay strong, stay on your path, and let your life be a reflection of the best within you. Number 5, finding freedom in the journey. Picture this for a moment, a journey without a defined final destination. Sounds strange, doesn't it? We're used to chasing outcomes, pursuing goals and objectives. But what if I told you there's an unexplored freedom, a hidden treasure in the journey itself, regardless of the end point? Freedom in the process, that's a notion that challenges convention. We live in a society obsessed with results. What have you achieved is a question that echoes in our ears far more often than what have you learned? However, have you ever stopped to think about how much we're missing out on by solely focusing on the final destination? True freedom arises when we surrender to the process, when we allow ourselves to live each moment, absorbing every lesson, every experience, without the rush to get there. It's about getting lost to ultimately find yourself. It's not a journey without direction, but a direction where the path itself is the destination. Ask yourself, what can you discover about your abilities, about the world around you, and about the infinite possibilities of creation and innovation if you begin to value every step taken, regardless of where they lead you? Now think about your own goals and dreams. Do you feel trapped by the need to achieve specific results? Do you feel pressured to succeed according to external standards? What if you started to look at your journey through different eyes, acknowledging each challenge as an opportunity for growth, each mistake as an essential step in the learning journey? So, the next time you find yourself anxious about the future or frustrated with the results, remember, there is freedom in every step, wisdom in every failure, and immeasurable beauty in the simple act of walking. It's not about how quickly you move forward, but the depth with which you experience each stage of your journey. Slow down, breathe, and allow yourself to enjoy the ride. The destination? Well, it will reveal itself in due time, enriched by every experience lived along the way. Number 6, you attract what you radiate, the mirror of virtues. In an era of superficial connections and fleeting interactions, the principle that you attract what you radiate resonates as a powerful reminder of the influence we have over our environment and the realities we create for ourselves. This concept, rooted in ancient wisdom and reiterated by countless philosophies throughout the centuries, invites us to reflect on the essence of the virtues we cultivate internally and how they manifest in the mirror of our lives. Let's dive together into this reflection, unraveling how our internal attitudes can transform our external world. Imagine for a moment that your life is a mirror, reflecting back the qualities you radiate. Whether it's kindness, gratitude, passion, or perseverance, each virtue you cultivate internally has the power to shape your environment, your relationships, and even the opportunities that arise on your path. But how exactly does this happen? How can we become aware of this process of attraction and manifestation? The answer lies in authenticity. By living authentically, aligned with our deepest values, we begin to radiate an energy that is magnetic. People with similar vibrations are drawn to this authenticity, creating more meaningful and profound connections. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to connect with someone who shares the same values as you? That's the magic of living your truths. It invites others to do the same. And here arises an interesting question. Which virtues do you choose to reflect in the mirror of your life? Each of us has a unique set of values and principles that guide our actions and decisions. Identifying and honoring these virtues is the first step in radiating an energy that will attract more of the same into your life. However, cultivating these virtues is not always an easy task. It requires introspection, conscious effort, and above all, consistency. But the reward? A life that not only reflects your highest aspirations, but also inspires those around you to discover and cultivate their own virtues. Ultimately, you attract what you radiate is an invitation to live more consciously and intentionally, recognizing that we are both creators and reflections of the world around us. By consciously choosing the virtues we want to cultivate and reflect, we pave the way for a richer, more meaningful and connected life. So what will be the next virtue you choose to radiate? Secret number 7, small steps, big impact. Imagine yourself standing in front of a vast forest where each tree represents a dream or goal in your life. At first glance, the density and magnitude of this forest may seem daunting, right? Now, what if I told you that every step you take, no matter how small, is like planting a seed in this vast forest? A seed that, over time, will grow and become a magnificent tree. This is the principle of small steps, a method that suggests a change in perspective. Instead of focusing on the enormity of your dreams, why not celebrate every little achievement along the way? Each small step is a step in the right direction. It's proof that you're moving, evolving, transforming. But why is this so powerful? Imagine the impact on your emotional state when you acknowledge these small progresses. It's like a wave of warmth that washes over your body. You know that feeling of satisfaction, of genuine happiness. That's exactly what these moments bring. Now think about how you can apply this mindset to your own journey. No matter if your goal is to learn a new language, improve your physical health, or even write a book. The secret is in celebrating every word you learn, every step you take during a walk, every sentence you write. Have you ever stopped to think that by doing this, you're not only getting closer to your big goal, but you're also turning your journey into a series of victories? This changes everything. It transforms your perception of effort, makes the journey more enjoyable, and most importantly, shows that you're capable. So I ask you, What's the small step you can take today? How about turning procrastination into action? Even if it's something minimal, remember that every action counts. And furthermore, celebrate these steps. Share your achievements, no matter how small they may be. You'll see how this not only uplifts your spirit, but also inspires those around you. By incorporating this philosophy into your life, you're not just walking towards your dreams, you're dancing step by step towards a more fulfilled version of yourself. So, are you ready to take your next small but significant step? Secret number 9, mastering the art of saying no, asserting your values and priorities. In a world that constantly bombards us with demands, opportunities, and expectations, mastering the art of saying no emerges as a crucial skill to maintain our sanity, honor our values, and prioritize what truly matters. The ability to refuse, to set clear boundaries, is not only an act of self-assertion, but also a powerful statement of who we are and what we value. Take a moment and think, how many times have you found yourself bogged down in commitments that didn't resonate with your values, draining your energy and diverting you from your true priorities? The truth is, every yes we give when our heart says no is a small abandonment of ourselves. But what if we started to change that today? Saying no is essentially a way of saying yes to yourself. It's affirming your priorities, your values, and respecting your time and energy. However, many of us fear this small word. We're afraid of being seen as selfish, rude, or uncooperative. But what if I told you there's a way to say no that not only preserves relationships, but also strengthens your self-respect and encourages others to respect your choices? Start by understanding your limits. What is your limit? What is negotiable and what is not? Knowing these boundaries, you can communicate your no clearly and respectfully. Explain your reasons when necessary. But remember, you don't owe apologies for prioritizing your mental health, your family, or your dreams. But how do you say no without creating friction or misunderstandings? The key is in assertiveness and compassion. Be direct, but gentle. I understand the importance of this to you, but at the moment, I need to focus on other priorities. This approach not only shows respect for the other person's request, but also affirms your commitment to your own needs. Furthermore, by saying no, you're also making room for opportunities that truly align with your purpose and happiness. Think of it as a form of self-preservation, a means of ensuring your energy is invested where you truly believe it should be. Finally, remember that saying no is a skill that improves with practice. Every no you say strengthens your confidence and your ability to navigate your life on your terms. And here's the most beautiful secret. By living authentically, you become a beacon for others, inspiring them to also honor their values and priorities. So I ask you, what will you choose to say no to today to make room for your true yeses? Remember, every decision we make shapes the course of our lives. Choose wisely, choose yourself. Number 10, letting go with equanimity. In our journey through the intricate tapestry of life, we often find ourselves clinging to things, people, and situations with an intensity that, instead of enriching us, ends up draining us. But what if there were an alternative path, a less traveled one, marked by selective indifference and equanimity? This path invites us to let go not with resignation, but with a deep understanding that, at the core of our serenity, lies true freedom. Letting go with equanimity doesn't mean developing an attitude of disdain or indifference towards life and its experiences. On the contrary, it's about embracing a posture of equanimity, an ability to face both triumphs and tribulations with a serene mind and a balanced heart. It's recognizing that while some things are within our control, many others are not. And that's okay. Imagine yourself as an observer on the banks of a rushing river. The waters, sometimes turbulent, sometimes calm, carry leaves, branches, and occasionally flowers. Some of these things you may find more appealing and try to hold on to. Others you may want to avoid. However, selective indifference teaches us to watch this flow with a sense of detachment, appreciating the beauty and accepting the transient nature of everything that passes through our lives. This perspective not only relieves us of the burden of expectations and the fear of loss, but also enriches us with lasting peace. When we begin to practice the art of letting go, we realize that our well-being doesn't need to be anchored in external highs and lows, but can be cultivated and maintained within us. So how can we cultivate this selective indifference and embrace equanimity? It begins with the practice of mindfulness, the art of being fully present in the current moment. This involves observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, recognizing them as passengers on our journey, but not as drivers. And what happens when we embrace this posture of selective indifference? We discover that, instead of becoming cold or distant, we become more open and receptive to the true beauties and lessons that life has to offer. Our hearts expand, our minds clear, and we find a joy and serenity that are not easily shaken by external storms. By practicing, we're not disconnecting from life, but rather connecting to it in a deeper and more meaningful way. We're learning to dance with life on its terms, celebrating each moment as ephemeral but infinitely precious. And you, are you ready to embrace equanimity and discover the freedom that comes with letting go? Remember, the secret isn't in giving up on life, but in living fully, with a light heart and an open mind. Now that you know these secrets, what will be the first step you take today to transform your life? Remember, knowledge without action is just a dream. Which secret will you apply to your life from now on? Share your decision in the comments and join us on this journey of transformation. If this video has sparked something in you, support our work with a like and subscribe for more discoveries that can change your life. See you in the next video.